Hey, Magic Wolf here. So we're still early in Pride Month, and with this time of year, I kinda wanted to revisit an old video I made nearly a year ago, which I believe, think off the top of my head, is titled the issues with the lbgt community. However, that was an older video which I'm actually not so proud of looking back. You see, when I was creating that video, I was under the influence of someone more manipulative, if you will. Because of this, I was forcefully having these thoughts planted into my head that caused me to make these arguments. Now, despite not agreeing with, I was kind of forced to just said because it's what someone said. Now that said manipulative person is out of my life, I can pretty much think for myself now, and as such, my opinions on the matter have changed since then. Like a lot. So, in defense of labeling, labels are just that, labels. If someone labels you with a sexuality label, it shouldn't be taken as a threat or an insult. A label isn't going to harm you in any way unless the label in question is purposely used for insult, but that's not exactly what we're here to talk about. For example, if someone were to say that I'm gay, and all I have to do is shrug it off and just move on with my day, it's not really that big of a deal. The label might not truly describe what I am. I am bisexual, after all, but again, that's just a label. They're words. The words that shouldn't be taken seriously or taken that as an insult or anything, because again, it's just a label, end of story. As they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Getting so upset for something as petty or non-consequential as a label will just make you look just plain juvenile or simple-minded and such. And I know that some might argue that having a certain label might make you a target for homophobia, or to lead other people stereotyping you or having others not fully understand and all that. But if that's the case, then that's the problem of the other person pointing the finger, not the person holding the label. The main reason for labels to exist is for simplicity, especially in conversations where we try to discuss these sorts of topics. Although I am bisexual, it does go more deeper than that, since I am homo-romantic and I find feminine attributes to be more attractive, whether it be displayed on men or women. But also saying all together is just complicating things. As such, it can be easily just summed up by saying I am bisexual, the end. I think the people making the arguments of labels being an imprisonment or just limiting yourself need to grow some backbone. Yeah, I can stink sometimes when people make assumptions or based on you or discriminate you because you're holding a certain label. But as I said before, that's the person of the jerks pointing the fingers, not someone who just so happens to fit this kind of label. Think about it. Was it your choice to be bisexual, gay, lesbian, whatever? No, I didn't think so. The lbgt and furry community are mature enough to handle these kind of encounters when they happen, and they shouldn't need to feel like they should just reject something as petty as or non-consequential as a label or a label of sexual orientation just because these people who are against us are just pointing the fingers at us. Again, it's their fault, not ours. If you're really having those kind of problems with people treating you like that, then just either grow some tolerance or even better, surround yourself with those who actually support you. Seriously, it's not that hard. I understand there are some people out there who can take labeling to an unhealthy level sometimes, but from my experience, those are very, very much the minority, and they shouldn't be used as a defining example of what the lbgt community is about. After all, I do believe that people do have good intentions, and as such, the minority who just act like complete jerks all the time shouldn't be what defines a whole community or category of people as a whole. Not only is it just plain cynical, but it also means that you're going to miss out on so much. So at the end of the day, the lbgt community is about just being around those who are ready to support you and being confident in who you are despite not being about the majority, and as such, there shouldn't be room for any of this kind of cynical attitude that makes us think that labels are somehow a bad thing. And I think that's the end of the argument I really want to make here. So yeah, and I know some people might say maybe being a little bit too, I don't know, one-sided with this, or maybe too optimistic, but regardless though, I stand by it because I don't believe that cynicism is a good way to go. And with that, I think that's going to wrap up for my video. Enjoy the rest of your Pride Month, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys.